everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to talk about a game, a moment, a comeback that is etched into the annals of football history. A moment so improbable, so utterly unbelievable, that it's often referred to as the impossible comeback. But what if I told you that this so-called impossible feat wasn't a miracle, not pure luck, but rather a meticulously crafted plan, set in motion long before the first whistle blew? We've all seen them, haven't we? Those games where one team is down and out, and the opposition is already celebrating in their minds. Then, out of nowhere, a spark, a goal, then another, and suddenly, what seemed utterly lost becomes gloriously won. These are the stories we cherish, the moments that make us fall in love with the beautiful game. Today, I want to re-examine that comeback. You know, the one I'm talking about. The one where everyone, from the pundits to the players themselves, thought it was over. But here's the twist. For one team, this scenario, being pushed to the absolute brink, was not an accident. It was a calculated risk. A strategy born from an understanding of human psychology, opponent tendencies, and an unwavering belief in a hidden game plan. Let's rewind. Imagine a coach, a mastermind, who isn't just thinking about the next 90 minutes, but about the narrative of the entire competition. This coach, let's call him the architect, understood that winning was one thing, but winning in a way that demoralized future opponents and solidified their team's legendary status was another entirely. The architect knew his team possessed incredible talent, but also a tendency to become complacent when things were going too smoothly. He had observed how rivals, once they felt they had an unassailable lead, would often drop their intensity, become overly confident, and sometimes even arrogant. This was the weakness he aimed to exploit. The first part of the plan involved conditioning his own players. They trained not just for physical endurance, but for mental resilience under extreme pressure. Scenarios were simulated where they were multiple goals down with minutes to spare. They practiced precise passing patterns, set-piece routines, and high-intensity pressing, all designed to be unleashed in a specific, desperate moment. They were told, when we are down, that's when our real game begins. Now, for the game itself, the initial deficit wasn't necessarily intended to be so large, but the architect wasn't entirely surprised either. He knew that for his plan to work, the opposition had to believe they had won. They had to feel the comfort of victory, the assurance that the game was over. This would cause them to relax, to pull back, and to switch off mentally. And that's exactly what happened. As the goals against them mounted, the world saw despair. But the architect saw opportunity. He waited. He watched the opposition's body language, their subs, their tactical adjustments. He was looking for the precise moment when their guard was at its lowest. Then the signal came. It wasn't a frantic scream or a desperate plea. It was a subtle, prearranged cue, known only to his most trusted lieutenants and key players. And with that signal, the switch was flipped. Every player knew their role in this phase 2 of the game. The fullbacks pushed higher, the midfielders flooded the attack, and even the defenders were poised for quick turnovers. They weren't just playing football. They were executing a finely tuned defensive matrix designed to overwhelm an opponent caught entirely off guard. The opposition, still basking in their presumed victory, had no answer. Their relaxed formation was suddenly exposed. Their mental fatigue meant they couldn't react fast enough. The comeback wasn't just about scoring goals. It was about systematically dismantling an opponent who had been lulled into a false sense of security. When the final whistle blew, the world hailed it as a miracle, an impossible feat of human spirit. And while the spirit was undoubtedly there, the foundation was something far more calculated. It was a testament to a coach who dared to think differently, who understood that sometimes you have to hit rock bottom to unleash your true potential. And sometimes, letting your opponent believe they've won is the most potent weapon of all. So, the next time you witness an impossible comeback, ask yourself, was it truly impossible? Or was it, perhaps, just a brilliantly executed plan, hidden in plain sight, waiting for the perfect moment to reveal itself? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this dive into football's strategic depths, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Until next time.